I hope Saka comes on, man. I got him on my fantasy team as well.
It's live. It's
Oh,
live.
there we go. We're in.
All right, so there's no intro. Just straight into it.
Yeah, man. Let's do this.
All right, let's pretend like there's an intro. Hey man.
Hey man, you fought a stupid for a wise man. For know it all like yourself, you should have known that I should have covered our tracks. Hey man, you fought a stupid for a wise man. Go ahead and try me, go ahead and try me, go ahead and try me, go ahead and try me.
Double bass nickel.
Don't know. Don't trip in the house. Yo, Buckstar, you there? All
I'm
right.
here. I'm here.
Okay, cool. Sorry for the delay, peoples. Some technical difficulties. We don't have the person that normally on the back end of the technical stuff.
Ooh.
Tiny is looking. Look, don't you dare. So I said the back end of the technical stuff. Okay, all right. Tiny's he's helping us out with that, so he's not going to be on the show today. But we want to big him up for that. Thank you. But for those that are unaware, this is Don't Trip. Grown people having grown conversations. Sometimes sound like we're shouting or talking loudly, Buckstar. And what we do is we like to. This cough, man, is mad. It's going, yeah. So we like to talk about everything we can from a grown perspective and try to add our own spin. But introduce yourself, people, to those people that are unfamiliar with you. So we'll start with Buckstar yourself. Big up yourself.
Yes. Thanks. Buckstar here. Just a general football fan. Sometimes have an opinion that rubs people up the wrong way, but pause. But you know, it is what it is, man.
No worries. You can't have an opinion that everyone just enjoys. That's called sitting on the fence. All right, Cairo, big yourself up, bro.
Yes. What's happening, people? Don't trip. We're back for another episode.
Brilliant. Technical difficulties happen again. I saw that Renz was there and he's dropped out. Trimzini dropped in and then dropped out. But anyway, I'll just give a quick shout out to myself. I'm JR. I'm the host for today. Welcome. Normally we start with the first thing, which would be a roundup of the weekend results. There is a game going on right now, as you may be familiar with, which is Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. But we'll do a roundup of the results for the weekend. So this weekend was an interesting weekend as we approach the last 5-6 games. We had on Saturday, we did have midweek games, but we'll talk about the weekend games. We had Saturday, Brentford slapping Brighton 4-2. Interesting. Brentford finding some brilliant form towards the end of the season. Crystal Palace and Bournemouth, an exciting 0-0. Man City beating Everton 2-0, really picking up form. And then West Ham drawing to drawing to Southampton. Don't see what the point is. They might have just let West Ham win. Aston Villa stopping Newcastle. Interesting, just prepping just for their FA Cup coming week. And then we had Man United. Wait, does that say Man United lost? Oh, my bad. Yeah, they lost 1-0 to who's that? Wolves. Oh, my bad. And then Ipswich got beaten by Arsenal 4-0. Chelsea beat Fulham. London Derby, Southwest London Derby 2-1. Chelsea winners, and Liverpool take one step closer to winning the Premier League by beating Leicester. There were some other midweek games that happened most recently. Nottingham Forest against Tottenham, who Nottingham Forest beat Tottenham. No surprises there. And then Man City won again against Aston Villa, which feels to be really, really like making the top 7 really. I'm trying to look for words where people don't say close of the games. And we move on to the next subject, which is an interesting subject because we talk about European football. And funny enough, all of the fans are on here right now are in European football. Even Tottenham are in European football, which is a shock. Yes, I know. But can the English clubs do a European clean sweep? There are 4 clubs in Europe, 1 in the Champions League, 2 in Europa League, and 1 in the Conference League. Do we believe, team, that we can do an English clean sweep? Or do you think it's a bit too much to ask for?
I think Europa, I think definitely will be an English club winning that. I just got a feeling an English club will win it. Bilbao are a decent team, but I just see an English team winning Europa League. I don't know what you think about that, but Conference League, Chelsea have to be winning that, really. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah, I was there. We all saw it. We lost the Legia also. There's some crazy stuff.
But the next team
It didn't matter,
I
though,
can't
did
even pronounce their name. How do you say their name?
Isn't it?
No, man. I don't know how you say their name. All I know is that we need to just go there, get the job done, and move on, man. Because it's just
they're Swedish team, isn't it?
Yeah.
So before I go back to Europa League, Cairo, who would you prefer to play out of Fiorentina and Real Betis?
To be completely honest, I don't care. I see us just being the team that just needs to go there and do the job. Whether it's Real Betis, Jordi, or whatever their name is, DJ, whatever. All of them teams need to get back up now. It's the business end. There's no time. Like, even though we lost to Legia Warsaw the other day, that has to stop now. We have to take this 100% serious and go and beat these teams and go get a trophy. Because me as a Chelsea fan, I ain't seen one in a while, and that hurts my feelings.
But which one? Who would you prefer?
I think I'll prefer Fiorentina. If I had to pick between them and Bing, but I think Fiorentina. I just don't really rate their Italian football that much, and I hope this doesn't come back.
I see you beating any of them. I see you beating any of them, to be honest. I don't think there's a way you don't win the Conference League.
There is a way. Legia Warsaw, I'm telling you.
Betis, you lose.
Yeah, but they're gone.
I think if you Betis, you
look
lose.
at the game, how the game went. How the game went was the most disappointing thing for me. They could do whatever it is that they wanted to do. We didn't put any pressure on them. We had a strong team out as well at home and still lost. And it could have been worse. They could have, if they had a chance at 1-0. They were 1-0 up already. They had a chance and the guy dragged it wide. If that goes in and they go 2-0 and they're only a goal behind, the whole game changes.
What was the score from the first leg?
3-0 Chelsea.
So I think that's why, man. I think the players probably took their foot off the gas. Not that they should, but I think they probably did. I think they thought they were going through anyway. And in the end, it didn't matter, did it?
It didn't, but it was hard to see live, I'll tell you that.
But you know what? You know the worst thing is, right? Where I feel like that's the on that point, 2 things. Like that was like a week after the week of the remontada or whatever it is, right? Everyone was coming back. Pause. Right? Like all these teams were doing what they were ahead. Think about Barcelona. They slapped them first leg. Next leg, all of a sudden, they were looking like, Do you see what I'm saying? So this is where I feel like you can't enter those games thinking that you've won. We were 3-0 up, and we couldn't enter that game thinking we've won. It doesn't matter who you're facing. You have to win the game, right?
Yeah.
So that's where I feel like actually that is a bit of a a weakness in your mentality for the Chelsea squad, because
100%.
just be efficient
Yeah,
about it. Go win the game and then you chill, right? You haven't won it yet. What I
100%.
would say is the reason why I don't think you want to play Betis is because Betis have players.
Anthony.
They got Anthony,
don't say
right?
that name. Don't say that name.
They got Anthony, right?
Oh my
They do
days.
that. He's balling out.
They got the Anthony, right? And those players, the way they're playing, the things they're doing, they believe they can do something. Now,
Yeah.
Fiorentina, if you get Fiorentina, the only reason why you might face a problem is because remember they lost in the final to West Ham, so they might feel like I'm not doing it again. We're not losing another final.
Italian teams are very, very tactical as well. Very tactical. So I don't know if that's a straightforward game, but I still think just quality-wise, I think Chelsea probably got too much for them.
Yeah. Quality-wise, it should be that. But we'll see. And then Europa League. Now, for me, I think the reason why Europa League's interesting is because, in principle, we could have an all-English final.
Mate, that's what I want to see. That'd be the funniest game in history. It has to be. The two donut clubs facing each other.
15th and 16th or whatever. Yeah, it'd be crazy. But do you know what it is?
Don't forget as well. At Big Ange always wins something in the second season, doesn't it?
Big idiot.
That's true.
Listen, I'm not being funny, but if he did win it, I don't think I'd be that disappointed because they have to keep him on if they win the Europa League. Like,
I think they sack him.
I don't think they will. They give him. That's the reset. He's giving them the reset that they need.
Thank you for your help.
See you later. Thank you. Like, it's a big thank you and a big goodbye.
That'd be huge.
Either way,
that'd be huge for them,
it
though.
Doesn't matter what happens, he's gone.
Yeah, I think he's lost.
You reckon?
Yeah, and he lost the fans as well. And I think we've spoken about this before. Like, I just don't feel like. I don't think he's Tottenham. I don't think he feels.
Why is he still there then? Why is he still there? I mean, Mourinho is a better manager, and he got sacked before a final.
Money.
So why is Big Ange still there?
It's money, and the thing is probably money. It's probably like any other viable options. Like if you don't feel you have who you really want, and the only time to get them is at the end of the season, then why sack them? Like you might as well.
Then they'll be in a position. Sorry to cut you. Then they'll end up being in a position like Man United. They'll go into next season. Okay, we give him another chance. 10 games in, struggling for relegation, sack him. Then they're stuck.
I don't think that they thought it would get this bad, and I think by now it's just too late. You might as well just stick with what you got. And that's why I think that.
I'm gonna lie, it's funny to me though.
But that's what happened though. That's what Ren's is saying. The United thing. Ten Hag won the cup and they got super gassed and then didn't sack him, and then they had to sack him like 10 seconds later. I reckon Tottenham will do that. Remember, like we're saying that the fans are against him. If he gets them any sort of trophy, the Spurs fan are going to be over the moon. They don't win nothing. As soon as they win something, they are going to be the happiest people on planet Earth. It doesn't matter where it is. It doesn't matter where it is.
Do you know? Yeah, everyone is in it. Every team is in it. Well, not every team. Liverpool's not in a sticky situation, but every team like Arsenal, Man United, Tottenham, Chelsea, because we're all in competitions to win. And if Tottenham won and Arsenal didn't, they would want to show bants. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's crazy. If Chelsea,
that's what's gonna happen.
If Chelsea, because Chelsea and Tottenham.
That's like letting your son beat you on FIFA. Come on now.
No, but what I'm saying, listen to what I'm just saying. Yeah, if Chelsea and Tottenham win the trophy, they're not going to talk about the level or nothing. Yeah, they're just going to say they won a trophy. Like.
Damn right.
I'll just say, listen, they can say what they want. I'll still call them scroll FC, mate, because they got to scroll to see their team in the table. I don't care.
That's pretty fair. That is pretty fair. But all right, quick one on on the three teams. Arsenal, it's a big challenge for Arsenal to do it, but I believe they can do it. It's not going to be easy, and my blood pressure is going to be sky high over the next couple of games. But Arsenal can do it. It's going to be the hardest task out of the three tiers of European football. Chelsea, if Chelsea don't do it, do you think their manager needs to get sacked? Like,
He ain't getting sacked though. Yeah.
all right, cool.
You know what? Can we just rewind a little bit there? Back to the Champions League. We only touched on it. Who do you see in the final? Who's getting to the final?
To tell you the honest to God truth, yeah, like, the supporter in me says Arsenal, yeah. So that's on that side, so it's Arsenal. But on the other side, I'm looking on this thing as defense versus attack. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I genuinely don't know who's going to win, because Barcelona have the capabilities of beating them, but Inter have been serious in this Champions League. Like,
They're proper underdogs. No one's even thinking about it.
So, like, I feel that Inter could do it. I feel that they could do it. But it's the
I think it'll be them.
That is the tricky part. And the thing that I'm happy with Arsenal about, sorry, quick to rewind is, because JR made this point about the teams having a resurgence in the second leg. Arsenal, I think, were the only team, I didn't check the Europa Conference, but the only team to beat their opponents twice. They were all the other games were by one goal.
Because Tottenham and Man United both drew in their first games. Chelsea won the first one, lost the next one. Obviously, Barca and Bayern, and they won the first one and lost the next one.
No, it's not. It's, Oh yeah, Barca and Dortmund. Yeah.
Dortmund
and Bayern. Yeah. So when I checked out that stat, I thought I was like, do you know what? It's a good look. It's a good look, because the second legs were the teams. They tried their best. Yeah, they tried their best.
No one's given up on it. No one's going like we're done, we're finished. Even Legia Warsaw, that's what I'm saying, bro. They were there. I was scared. I was nervous. Not joking. I'm being dead serious, bro.
You know,
when I saw when I looked across the stadium, and I saw however thousands of guys with their shirts off in this cold. I was shook when I saw Legia Warsaw fans in the home end. I was shook. I didn't know. I was like, oh, this is a bit much right now. They're trying to take over the whole place. And they nearly did.
I'm sure your heart, it wasn't that.
I don't know. I see an Arsenal in the final Champions League. I do. I see. I see us getting past PSG. I do see us getting past PSG. I just feel with Inter, they're so hard to score against. Like, if you look at them throughout the competition, what they conceded? Three goals, is it? Or 4 goals? 3 goals? It's hardly anything.
I think they conceded 2 in the last.
Those are the teams that usually win it, though, no?
Yeah.
The defensive teams, they can do.
They're playing another. They're playing another team in the final. If we do both get there, who've a great in defense.
Got that as well.
The only team that's got a better defensive record than us.
You're missing Gabriel.
But we got Kiwior. We don't have Chalobah, Disasi.
No, what are we doing that? What are we doing that for?
No, I was just explaining.
I'm saying your defensive.
He's not even there anymore.
We got Kiwior.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying your main ball, like you're the strongest back ball, is not there.
But do you know, at this point in time, we can only use what we've got at disposal. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And his current record of 21 games or 20 games played, unbeaten when he started. Kiwior. So
he looks good. He looks comfortable there. Pause. He looks good there, and I did not know he had that in his locker. I'll be honest.
Yeah, that header that he scored today, brilliant header. Brilliant header.
Yeah, it was a good header. Yeah.
Oh, what has he done?
But I'm watching this game and we nearly conceded a goal. It's crazy.
What's he doing? He's shouldering
Yeah,
it, man.
no,
What's
this
he
is
doing?
I know
This
we're
is
mostly
mad.
watching all at different speeds, but
Crystal Palace is trying it. Oh,
yeah, they
shit.
really are. Oh my gosh, what did he try and do? Overhead kick? What
Yeah,
was
he just
that?
tried an overhead.
Yeah, giving them a
We even
corner.
had to bring on Saka, bro.
Yes.
Mad.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Next topic.
But anyway, cool. Let's not drag on this subject anyway. So we think that in principle the final for Champions League should be Arsenal Inter, so it could be a clean sweep. Man United, should they beat their Atletico Bilbao, do you think?
Listen, yeah, on a real, in all honesty, yeah. Oh no. Ooh. Ooh.
That was crazy. Yeah, go on.
No, on a real. In all
Imagine,
honesty,
right?
yeah.
I've only just seen the overhead kick attempt just now.
Okay.
you got more stuff to come.
Yeah,
bro.
you trust me,
Boy.
yeah.
They are on
No,
it.
I can't
They are-
predict. I can't.
they're
If Man
pushing.
United played Southampton, I couldn't confidently bet on Man United. Like, no, genuinely, like,
But in all fairness, Man United in Europa have not lost the game.
yeah. But
They've
you
not lost
asked,
the game.
should Man United win? Yeah. So then they might draw.
Man,
Yeah,
you
but
should
they
win.
would have to win on penalties or whatever. Like
Yeah.
they can do that. That's
So,
when
all
they
right, can
get
I ask you this question? If Man United drew 2 games and
Yeah.
lost on penalties, yeah,
yeah.
would they have lost a game in the Europa?
Yeah.
Because they'll be out.
Or you would have
They'll
to
be
say it
out.
would be an asterisk of they lost on
No,
penalties, isn't
they'd
it?
be lost because they're out, innit? You
They
can't
had to
be
lose to
out
go
and
out. Yeah.
not win. You must have won.
Oh.
You either win or lose at that point. Like, you know, you didn't do
I
anything
feel that
You
it's
wrong.
I feel that it's an
you can't be
asterisk.
unbeaten in a knockout tournament and be out of it.
Fair enough. When you break it
If you're
down like that.
If
You know what
you're
I'm saying?
unbeaten, you have to have one.
You could
Fair
You have to
enough.
win the
group
competition.
stage. You could be group stage and be unbeaten, and that's because you got
And,
3 draws,
yeah.
and you got 3 draws and 2 win and
Yeah,
3
not
wins.
enough points. Not
Yeah,
enough
you
points.
didn't get
Fair
enough
play,
points.
fair play, fair play.
So like you can be, but you're out, so you lost. Or you well anyway. But either way, I think that Man United should win. Actually, no.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one, but Tottenham, they should win. So an English team should be in that final,
Yeah.
no matter what. Like, I don't know about Atletico Bilbao. I don't know. Someone's referred to haters. I'm not unfamiliar with who that person is.
All right. I got a quick question.
Haters might be an individual I'm just
I got-
unfamiliar with.
I got a quick question. So if we're saying that it's all possible for us to win, yeah, who would be the biggest bottle jobs for not winning?
What, to not win?
To
not win.
It'll be Chelsea.
Yeah.
Well, listen, it would be Chelsea, but it will be made out to be Arsenal. Let's be honest.
Of course, because supposedly, you know.
All right. Ren's had a reaction. I gotta wait 3 minutes.
but supposedly, like, you know, we're terrible and everybody just go.
No.
Is it gone out?
No. It went out.
I got-
It went out.
Yeah. Anyway, I digress, right? I personally believe that it will be Chelsea. I don't think I think probably Tottenham or Chelsea and then Tottenham will be the biggest bottle jobs because Tottenham are playing Bodo Glimt. They've never been this far in their life. So like, how did you not beat
They're playing a Bond villain. That's what it sounds like.
Oh my god.
Sound like a Bond villain, right? If they can't get through that.
Bodo
You know.
Glimt. We meet again.
Bodo
There's no
Glimt.
VAR.
VAR. Yeah, VAR is checking. Come on, give us.
What we got?
Listen, you're killing the game for me, man. I don't know what's going on.
Get in the car.
You'll move on, and then you'll catch up anyway. Cool. Anyway, next subject we move on to. All right. So, where are we? All right. So, next subject. Young Player of the Year.
Oh,
Can I
technical
throw
difficulties.
something out there?
Now, this is something we debated in the group. We had
Can I throw
Wait,
something
go
out
for
there
it,
that maybe
sorry.
you haven't thought about? Okay, I'm going to throw this name out there, who technically can win Young Player of the Year because when the season started, he was 21, and that's Gravenberch. Could
Oh,
he be
wow.
given?
Is he in
Yeah.
the running though?
He was
Sometimes
20. He was 21 when the season started, so he can
the
win it.
nominees haven't been announced. They're just
Oh,
They
okay.
have. They haven't, have they?
No.
So I'm gonna say he's got to be in contention to win
That's
it.
a good
If
shout. That's a very good
he's
shout.
eligible.
Right. That is a very good shout. If he wins it, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, like it'd be like, oh come on, bro, like you're just doing that to be nice. But if you're in the you won the Premier League, amazing performances. Like I feel like he's fallen off a little bit, but especially the first half of the season, he was amazing. Like
he was immense.
Hmm?
Yeah.
So
Why is VAR taking so long? Have you got the VAR decision yet on your end?
not yet. That's
So we got don't worry, we got bare time, guys. We got
that's not yet. But yeah, so Gravenberch is a good shout. Anybody else? Any other shouts?
What was the list that we had up the other day? Who was on that list?
No go. Yeah, go on. So the list we had was I think Mario, it was Nweri, Miles Skelly, Dean Howson. Who else is on that list?
Nottingham Forest. What's his name? Morgan Gibbs White. Was he on there?
No,
it wasn't Gibbs White. It was
Mario.
Yeah, it's Mario.
Wasn't there two of their players?
Who
does?
The other player was Kirky.
Sorry,
Kirky.
can I just stop you all for a minute and ask you, why is it that when they couldn't tell when Newcastle's ball was out, they gave a goal, but when the same thing happens here, they don't give a goal? What the hell is that?
Because no one don't like Arsenal. That's why.
We know.
That's facts, bro. That is actually facts. That's facts, bro.
I saw one YouTube clip and it said why so many black people support Arsenal. I need to go and watch that after. It's a little random, but yeah, even Marino said it.
Yeah,
it's because it's been ingrained in the club for years. Like for years, we've always had black players from back in the day, man. And I think people kind of gravitate towards that. Arsenal were one of the first to have a group of black players playing in their squad, man.
Sorry, maybe we need to save that for another time. Sorry, JR.
That's another conversation. But cool. Yeah. So what are the names? What are the names that we're going to throw out there? Like, it doesn't have to be the names that we discussed. Gravenberch is a great shout.
I reckon Conor Bradley's had a good little. I wouldn't say player of the season, but I you know when they say honourable mentions.
Yeah. He's had a good season, but obviously he doesn't play the full season, which is why it's tough. So for example, someone like Mario has started majority of the games. Obviously, Nottingham Forest are doing well. They climbed the table, so he has more of a shout than some of the other players, like Nweri, Lewis Skelly, like Conor Bradley, because they're not going to get the same opportunity to start every single game, guaranteed, unless they're injured.
Yeah.
Fair.
How old is Lewis Hall? I know he's injured at the moment, but he's had a good season at Newcastle, man.
Yeah, he definitely did.
I think he's 20 years old.
Yeah, he's going to be 21 in September.
Yeah. Like Cobham.
Yeah, he's ex Chelsea, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
He's also a centre mid. He's a centre mid that plays left back.
Yeah.
Oh, is he? Like Skelly?
Yeah. Like Skelly.
Okay.
I think he's looked very good this season. I think.
Yeah, he
top
has.
baller.
Yeah, he has. But he's not fit anymore. Pause.
I
Oh,
don't think that should go against him.
yeah,
He's,
No, but
he's
it's just-
played. He's played more games.
The thing is, we can't talk about form over a short period of time because then Cole Palmer.
No,
should
it's
be
not
named
though.
Player of the Year.
He's played 27 games. That's more than Lewis Skelly.
What in? Oh, fair enough.
Premier League. He did 27 games. So he
Yeah.
has to be in
Season.
contention.
Fair enough.
But you know what it is? I think because he's injured now, at the end of the season, it doesn't help him. So, for example, like even if Lewis Skelly plays these last 5 games, they will have similar numbers. But because Lewis Skelly's fit at the end of the season, it's just everyone's gonna forget about what Lewis Shaw did at the start of the season. It's more you have to end the season to even get that recognition. I think, which is
Yeah, to be
obviously
fair,
wrong, but
you
kind
can
of
even steal it
about right.
halfway from the season, from a good second half of the season.
Yeah, you can. If you do it in business time, in crunch time for your team, then everyone's going to be like, "Rod, this person's the guy." You get me? They're not going to really matter if you can get your club to where they need to go in the business end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have more of a shout than if you've done it at the start of the season. And I don't know if that's necessarily fair because the amount of games is going to be the same, but obviously the pressure is going to be different if your team's playing for something.
Yeah, for true still. Because like Lewis Hall weren't there for the Carabao Cup final, was he?
Yeah. So
Yeah, so like not to say that he wasn't an integral part of the build up to it, but
Yeah.
like when it was crunch time, like he weren't there. Unless he done a John Terry to lift the trophy in his shorts and shirt.
quality.
Yes, but on serious note, like I think and where is a big shout as well, like for the goals and assists that he's got in the competitions as well. I think he's a big shout, but I think my favourite, most probably a bit biased, is Lewis Skelly, man, for the fact that he is a centre mid, as we said, like Lewis Hall. It must be in the name, innit, Lewis. For the fact that he's a centre mid and he's playing at left back, and he's doing a really good job. Got an England call up within such a short period of time. I don't know how many games he played before he got his England call up, and scored on his debut as well.
Scored. Yeah.
And to deal with the media and all sorts after the Haaland situation. Showing Man City as well. Like he's done a lot.
You think he's played enough games?
Highlighted it. Maybe not, but do you know what it is? I think his performances have been that stand out, and I think it's clear for everyone to see. Even getting the call up to the England squad and performing on that level instantly as well. So
does he? Sorry
what to save?
Does he get English bias as well?
I believe so.
So he's gonna get English bias because he's English and he's played for England. So like we don't care if what's his name? Dean Huijsen plays for. We don't care if he plays for Spain right now.
But
and he has been.
You're looking on it in one way only. Like the same way he gets the English bias, it's twofold. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Look at the situation with Haaland. I know he needs to calm down and he's only 18 and all of that stuff. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Look at the red card situation. So it's twofold. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't want it to be a narrative of positives when there is negatives to it as well.
Yeah, he's got his own things going on, which he's doing well, Lewis Skelly. But that's what I'm saying is other players, Dean Huijsen never played no games for Spain, and then obviously when he's breaking into the team, obviously we're not going to see it because we're not watching Spanish games because we're not Spanish. So they're talking about him.
I reckon we would hear about it though.
They're saying he's the future of the Spanish back line. Him and Kabasi at Barca.
So what about
you also have to
Asensio?
remember, like, and I wanted to put this into perspective as well, right? Dean Howson was playing professional football before, like he played for Juve right? Like he was
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And like Miles Skelly was playing against other 18-year-olds at the start of the season, like, and then he got the call up. Like that's what he was doing. He wasn't expected to be there. He was 5th choice left back, right? There was 5
Great
people
tackle,
ahead of
Skelly.
him, right? He wasn't meant to be there. And then he's starting, and remember, he's played 34 games this season in all competitions, to put that into perspective, right? So imagine you're 18, you played 34 games in your first season. He's played more than Nweri, right? And he's a starter. Like Nweri doesn't start. Lewis Skelly is starting now, definitively starting.
Yeah.
And
Will he start
home and away?
for the future? Will he start in the future?
Can I ask you that question? You can see, as he said, he's the 5th choice left back. Yeah. You got Calafiori, you got Zinchenko, you got Timber who can play there because Ben White is back from injury.
You got Tomiyasu, you got Calafiori, you got Kiwior that played there before. We had Tierney that played there. And then there's this guy who's a DM, and we said, all right, can you play left back? And now nobody's getting that spot. Calafiori, he starts ahead of Calafiori sometimes when he's being fit. And you're like, and the worst thing is, right, I think there's a bias both sides, right? Everybody is...
No!
I think something happened.
Oh my gosh!
No! Oh man!
No!
Oh man!
Yes! Yes!
What's that ball?
Listen, I don't know why you're bothered, mate. The league's gone.
No, bro.
But it's the 82nd minute, bro. And we just conceded a dumb goal, bro.
It's just worth 7 bills for me, bro.
But that
7 bills. Oh, that's why.
That goal was mad as well. I'm not gonna lie, the goal was mad.
That was actually a good goal. I don't know what Raya was doing there.
Was that Saliba again?
That's the second time he's done it in 2 weeks.
The same thing, the exact same thing.
What's he done?
William
sold him out. You sold him out, man. And the keeper's way out of position. Oh man.
Yeah, that just cost me a bag of money. I'm just a mistake like that as well.
That explains why you were so angry there. Because I'm looking at it and I'm not happy, but the league's gone.
Underground got bullied. Oh my God.
It's not even about him getting bullied. He should never have been in that position.
Shouldn't have played that ball.
Let him get the.
Is it me? Yeah. Hold on.
Let him get his mistakes out now, man. Let him get his mistakes out now.
Is it me, or does Crystal Palace always have a hand in the title race somehow? I don't know. Somehow.
What title race? What title race are you talking about? Title race has been done for months, mate.
No, it's not done. They ain't won it yet.
Bro, it's done.
I'm done. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm done.
Killed me.
Maybe he's not Rolls Royce. Maybe he's Fiat Punto.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I whatever he is 3 tiers above your best.
That's a fact.
He might be a Liverpool fan.
These are just gonna sit behind the ball and just. Oh man!
So if you drop points today, so if you don't score,
if we lose,
still need to win. If we lost,
you have to lose. Okay, yeah.
Have to lose.
Come on, Palace. Mateta, you got one more.
Eddie winner. Eddie's off the pitch.
That's why they're winning. That's why they scored anyway.
I wasn't brave enough to bet on Fulham. Yeah, because Fulham has been a bit crap. But then I said, Raj, I can bet on Wolves versus Leicester. And then I said, let me just bet on my team.
The worst thing is you know that you could have gone 3-1 up, and now you're 2-2.
Oh yeah, with the VAR.
No, should have gone 3-1 up. Should have. Let's get that right.
Yeah, no, man. It's not good enough. You know what it is? The thing about it is, we should. How's that foul? We shouldn't have conceded that. Whether we went up or not, we should not have conceded that goal.
Yeah, that was poor.
We should never have conceded that goal. And Weary and Tierney.
they're taking off Odegaard, boy.
Yeah, because he got bullied. That's why.
Do you know what?
But
He has been looking. He's been looking kind of weak since his injury. You know.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
weak, bro.
But
Someone made a
then-
highlight. Someone made a point, and they said that actually they look at Odegaard before, and they look at Odegaard then, and he looks leaner, like he's lost a lot of muscle and weight to him. And I was like, cool. I don't want to use that as an excuse. But he just needs to be. He's not been as at it as he was before. Like, and it is what it is. But anyway,
what we got next?
yeah, what we got. All right. So, moving on, in reference to the Serie A finale. Now, that's a very, very interesting scenario. Buck, did you put that in? You put that in, didn't you?
I mentioned it because I was just reading something about it, and it could go down to that if everything is all square in terms. I think they go head-to-head record first, and isn't it goals scored is the next thing they go for, and if they're both the same, there could be a playoff.
So what is the current situation?
So basically, what happens
will understand.
is if Inter and Napoli both end on the same points, right? They will do a one-off do or die game. Basically, they don't do it they do head-to-heads, but because both the head-to-heads ended 1-1, it means that actually there's no better team. They don't do it based on goal difference. What happened is the team with the best goal difference will play at home. So whoever has the best goal difference at the time will play at home in a do or die game. All right. So imagine.
Not even neutral ground. Oh my god.
No, exactly. So whoever has the best goal difference plays at home. So whoever it is will be the team to play at home, and they will.
So basically, Inter.
Yeah,
their goal difference is better.
It'd be like playing a final, but you get to play at home. And at the moment, Inter have the best goal difference by 13 goals. So it's looking like it's going to be Inter. So
how many games are left?
Swing. What's that? 5.
5 games left.
So 5 games. Unless there's a large swing, right? Which can happen because in 5 games, they'd have to score about 4 goals each game. And then if Inter wins 1-0, 1-0, something like that, and then that
it would have to, yeah.
But it's something that's not been heard of. Now, how do you feel like if that were to happen in the Premier League? How would you feel about your team having to play a do or die game, or would you prefer that it was just down to the goal difference?
I'd be more happy with that. I'd be more like.
It depends.
Yeah, with my position, with my team is in there first. I'm happy with the league, bro. I'm happy with the league.
Yeah, exactly. What if your goal difference is the one that's worse off?
Yeah, if my goal difference is worse off, that game.
Yeah. We should play that game. We should play that game.
That game.
I think it's a nice end to the season. It's a nice little end. They should do that with the bottom 4 teams as well, like they do in Germany. Make them play in playoff to stay up.
Oh my days!
Yeah, that would be spicy. Would be if the bottom 6 teams could get relegated.
Relegation playoff. You'll see the maddest things in a relegation playoff.
Yeah.
Could you imagine this season?
There will be no.
Oh, that would be so funny. That would be so funny.
The thing is, everyone else could just sit there and watch and laugh and just.
But in the semi-finals as well, or.
Yeah, 2 games, 1 final.
That's too much pressure, bro. It's pressure like trying to win, like let's say championship playoff. It's pressure trying to win and go up a division, but to not go down.
8 minutes.
Pause.
There's going to be players putting their life on the line for that.
Arsenal, man.
I reckon fans will be storming the pitch, everything. Because
if that was really
Saliba, you think what Saliba just did there happened in the relegation playoff? Oh my god!
You need security to get home.
No, do you remember?
Flipping out.
I can't remember what country it was. One of the guys came on, picked up the corner flag and whacked the goalie.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
That's mad. Can't do that. I don't. I
That's too
think
much
it'd
to
be
do with.
too dangerous.
No way. No way. Arsenal
That's
need to
crazy.
score because my money's
But
gone.
yeah, I
Crazy.
think
8 minutes. Wow, 8 minutes of injury time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm one of them people, right? I'll be honest with you, that if we can't score, then we don't deserve the 3 points. I know that we should have had that goal given, but what else did we do to win this game? So if we can't do it and it's 2-2, then boy, we didn't deserve it, man. And Liverpool worthy winners, then, isn't it?
I mean, to be honest, now I'm looking at the league table. Now I'm working out why Palace are fighting so hard, because with the game the way it is, they're on 45 points. So imagine if they won this game, they'd be on 47 points. All right,
yeah.
and that would mean there would be 2 points between them and Bournemouth in 8th, and all of a sudden
Conference League and stuff. Yeah.
they're kind of close to the Europe. And if depending on how things play out, will depend on European places, who wins what European competition, who wins the FA Cup, etc., etc. Will depend on how many places we get. So with 4 or 5 games left, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
But
that's
now
still
I
in it.
just hope they lose the FA Cup semi-final. Now,
So who else is in it?
Villa, yeah.
So basically, if Man City win the FA Cup,
yeah,
that can help.
then
That can help somebody else, innit?
Yeah, so it depends where they finish, right? So if Man City finished in top 5, then someone else gets Europa League position.
What is Martinelli doing?
All right, you see this 5th place, yeah? Does anybody know? You know, like back in the day, yeah, 3rd and 4th place used to have to do a playoff to get into the Champions
It's
League.
a playoff, I believe.
Okay, but the top 4 are automatic.
I don't know about that, because the 4th was always the playoff, but I don't know if the 5th is now the playoff and the 4th isn't, or they both have to play off.
Nah, 4th definitely doesn't. 4th definitely doesn't have to do playoff anymore. I don't even know. Do they do the playoffs for England anymore? I don't know. I think it might be just good enough they
Because
trust
they've
us now.
upgraded the teams now, innit? So maybe that's just it. Maybe that's just it. Top 5.
Because remember, teams can't drop down to Europa or nothing. So it would be a bit unfair if teams could just go straight out of the competition, because they don't even get a chance to go.
Well, they had a chance. It's called a playoff.
Yeah, when you're some random team and you from I don't know, and you go play against the
you don't deserve to be there. Then.
You
don't deserve to be there, then, isn't it? It's one of them.
They've won their league, but we finished 5th in England. but we deserve to get.
That's their business. They're lucky that they even invited to the party. You know, if you're playing in the Latvian league, you're lucky you're involved, fam. You know what I mean? Like, it's a problem. But yeah. So back to the matter at hand. All right. What was the topic? Yeah. So the Serie A finale sounds like an excellent idea. For me personally, I think that I would prefer it to be to the people that are relegation. I think the relegation battle would make more sense. I think that would be more exciting. You have playoffs to come up, so playoffs to go down. Makes sense.
The other thing is it would be hard playing those teams, even if you're a top side.
Yeah,
those teams are going to be fighting to not be in those playoffs. People want to save them, so they'll be fighting even harder.
So what would you say? Like, all right, cool. You suggested that, JR. Like, would you say if you're bottom, you just get relegated? But if you are the 19th to 15th or 19th,
I think 17th and 18th has to have a playoff. 17th and 18th have a playoff. 19th and 20th get automatic. 17th and 18th have a playoff.
Imagine that. It's true though, because 2 teams go up automatically, so it should be 2 going down automatically, and then a
And
playoff.
then one playoff.
Yeah, but the playoff is usually 6 teams, isn't it? Like that would make
I
it
don't like
mad
that.
spicy.
I don't
Tell me
like
that
that.
wouldn't. Tell me,
No.
yeah.
I
Well,
You
no, the
could-
playoff is 4
So
teams.
you know
sorry.
what? Imagine
But
you
could you
be finishing
imagine?
sixth.
Yeah, but 3rd to 6th can be massive in terms of your points. Like
could
for
be.
me, that's too many. It's just too many.
No, but I'm saying in
one
reverse
point
though.
away.
Imagine you're like 14th or whatever.
Yeah.
It could
Imagine
all
being
go
14th
wrong.
and get relegated at 14th. Nah, I would be vexed.
Bro, tell me how spicy the league would be if they had that.
It is, but don't you think, yeah? Don't you think that it would, like you said, it will make it more interesting? Because they done a similar thing in basketball now. I don't know how much you lot watch basketball, and I don't want to go too far from the point, but there's from 7 to 10 now
You
have
got
a
the play-in.
play-in tournament.
Yeah.
So you can finish 10th. So now, when they get
And
to
you
the
can
end of
still
the
be
season, the
champions.
games ain't dead. Yeah, the games ain't dead because they're like,
Mm.
right, we can get into a little play-in. If things go our way, we're in the playoffs. Next year, you know, we could win the title. It's never happened yet, but imagine it'd be crazy. So it makes all the games interesting because you need
Well, it
you need
happens
to
in
be in a certain
Germany
place.
anyway. Germany have a relegation playoff. So
Okay.
teams don't just go down there. You have a relegation playoff in Germany. It works. It's not like it's not been tried and tested. I don't know why we don't do it.
Yeah. Do you think that would help with seasons like this season where the 3 teams that went up seem like they're going down, and everyone knew that from the start of the season, kind of
You know
thing?
what?
That
Yeah.
It would help
I
them to know that they had a lifeline, or whoever was 18th place has a lifeline, or that they would fight more because they'd fight for that lifeline. They'd fight for the chance to have one more chance before it's impossible.
You also run the risk of, like in our situation now with Southampton and Leicester already down, certain players switching off, looking for a move.
they don't even care.
You know what I
no
mean?
more.
It's not then fair on people that have played them already.
Yeah, you
but
got to
that's
play
right.
them at
If they
the end
get
of the
relegated
season.
with
And
5
that.
games to go, that's their problem. We just drew. Game done.
13 draws this season, bro. 13.
Do you know
That's
what? Yeah,
ridiculous.
it is ridiculous. Yeah, and do you know what's more ridiculous? That we're still second, but at least it's not 18 defeats. Do you know this?
How
Right
we-
over the road.
We've lost 3
points.
and drawn 13.
That's
It's
mad.
crazy. That's we've drawn almost double what Liverpool have
But do you
drawn.
know what? Yeah, that's 13 points. You take away them 13 points, and we're still nowhere near Man United.
It's more than
Oh,
13 points.
No,
This is
but-
2 points
but-
dropped every time.
2 points
No,
dropped. Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying. Still, I'm counting what we got. That's 13 points that we got. So it's better than.
Fair enough. But the point is
better
that
than-
Glass half
needed
full,
an
yeah?
extra 13 points. We needed see the ones that we drew. We needed to win at least half of the ones that we drew. Like
no doubt,
and
we needed to
and
win
we-
this one. Just lost me so
Yeah.
much money and time and heart
But you know what?
and effort.
I think if there was something on the line, then I think we win it. I think we win it. Like I think if we were still in the title race, we win this game. I feel like there is slightly half and a foot into the semi-final, so it's kind of like
Both teams.
I mean, Crystal Palace had more to lose by working really hard by this because they got a semi-final on the weekend, right?
Yeah.
And that's guaranteed European football. You don't have to win all the rest of your games and all these things, but that's guaranteed European football. But I suppose in some ways it's an audition for who should start on the weekend. So these players have to work hard. But personally, that's a whole different subject, and we're gonna close and finish there. But Arsenal really.
Give me the last few minutes. I want to fire a little question. I was looking at this earlier. It's similar to what I was talking about in our group chat before, but I'm not doing 4 goals now. Okay. What I want to know is there's 5 players who have scored 5 goals in a game in the Premier League since it started. Who are they?
5
And who did?
goals.
And who are they? And who did they score the goals against?
You're
5
gabbing
goals
me
in the
on, bro.
game.
How,
I can't
how
even tell
many
you
is there? How
Andy
many
Garland,
people is there? 5.
Five.
5 people.
Haaland scored 5.
5 players.
Has Haaland scored 5?
No,
I didn't get.
4. He scored 4, not
5
5.
goals.
Are you
5
sure?
goals in
I
one
don't-
game.
I know
Aye.
Arshavin's got 4.
He's got 4.
One
He's got
should be
5.
so obvious.
So
Was it Andy Cole?
so
Andy Cole is one of them.
so
Who did he score it
Ronaldo?
against? Whoa!
can't
We
tell
said
you
Andy
that.
Cole. Andy Cole's one. Who did he score his
Probably
5
Norwich
goals
or
against?
someone like that.
No, it wasn't Norwich.
Southampton.
Now I don't know.
Is it like
I don't know
Norwich or
everyone's.
West Brom or like that?
I don't know everyone's age here,
Sheffield
right? And I'm
Wednesday.
probably the oldest here, so I do remember this. Going back to it was in '95, and it was when Man United beat Ipswich 9-0. He scored 5
okay.
goals. Andy Cole.
Oh, no.
Who else we got? There's still one
Okay,
that's just so
cool.
obvious.
Alan Shearer.
Yes, that would have been my
Yeah.
first name. Who did he
Yeah,
score his
he's got
5
the
goals
most.
against?
I don't
Southampton.
know.
Anyone.
Probably like Barnsley or something like that.
You won't get this one, so I'll give you this one. Sheffield Wednesday.
Wednesday.
They
someone else
Newcastle
said it,
beat Sheffield Wednesday 8-0. 8-0 they won.
Okay, cool.
3 more.
Did Mark Viduka get 5? I know he got about 4 once.
No, not Mark. No, not Mark Viduka. He may have
I
got
feel
4,
like
not 5.
like someone old school got 5.
Fowler.
There's
Russ?
no one now. There's no one in the list more old school than the 2 you've already given me.
Okay,
Wow.
so then I would
Is
say
it Berbatov?
some-
Tiny said
Berbatov, yes.
Berbatov's got 5
Berbatov's
in
one.
the
He
game.
got 5 goals for United when they beat Blackburn 7-1. I'm only giving you the names now because we're obviously running out of time. Two more.
Oh. 5 in the game.
then what
Can we,
era?
can we get a clue? Like, yeah, club or something. Yeah,
Okay.
It was
One of these players is probably one of the most underrated natural finishers in the
Jermaine
Premier League.
Defoe.
Jermaine Defoe.
Yes, Jermaine Defoe. Tottenham beat Wigan Athletic 9-1. And do you know why I remember that game? Because my fantasy league team, I was top. And my brethren who had Defoe and triple captained him ended up blasting everyone and won the league. I remember that. I was vexed. And who's the last one? This was in 2015, the last one. 5 goals.
2015.
10 years ago.
2015.
Who was ripping it up in the Premier League in 2015?
Well, it wasn't Kevin Phillips, was it?
No. He is retired now, though.
What's that?
He is retired now, though.
Who did he
Okay.
play for, man? Come on.
If I give you who he plays for, you get it straight away.
Suarez.
All right. You said
Not
No, he's not
Suarez.
retired. He's not retired.
He
No,
has
he's not
retired. He has
So
retired.
2015.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Aguero.
Yes, Aguero. Man
Aguero?
City beat Newcastle 6-1 and he got 5 of them. So there's your 5 players. Aguero, Berbatov, Defoe, Shearer and Cole in the Premier League era. Only players to score 5 goals in a game.
And who's going to be the next player to score 5 in a game?
Rasmus Højlund.
Nicholas Jackson.
Nicholas Jackson, you know.
Rasmus Højlund.
Kyle Havertz.
It's gonna be Lautaro Martinez when we buy him in the summer.
What? Nah. You know, that, if we start doing that, then this pod won't end. Transfer
Winners
talk,
and
yeah.
losers. Winners
All
and
right,
losers.
winners and losers for the week.
We all
Boy,
know who the losers are.
I'm gonna go.
Can we not have the winners also being the losers? Because if you take United and Tottenham, they're winners as in they're in the semi-final, but they're losers because they're both lost in the league and they're dropping rapidly down that table.
you can do whatever you want. It's up to you, man. Free.
I'm torn between 2 for winners. So
Okay.
reason because I'm gonna say Wolves because they're in incredible form to get out of the situation that they was in because it really did look like they were battling for that last relegation spot, but now they're not even close. They just went and done their thing. So fair enough to Wolves. And the second one that I was torn between was Man City, because now that it's crunch time in the season, they had to play Villa. They got their job done. They scored late the other day to go and get some more points. And this top five race, it seems like they're doing their thing. So I think between those two games, very important points are being picked up at a very important time for them. And my losers, mate, it's gonna have to be Spurs, man, because they're just bad, bro. They're just so bad. It's actually mad to even see. I don't know how they got to the semi-final of this stuff, but yeah.
Well, see, I got accused last time of being a Spurs hater, but
we
all know how bad they are. Let's be honest. We all know that.
do. But you was getting onto their stadium and that's why it was like deep rooted.
But
yeah, that's my winners and losers for this week.
Who are your winners and losers, Renz?
Renz is gonna say Arsenal because they lost their money.
Saliba.
Blood Saliba, nah. On the real, I gotta say Saliba, man. Like, I'm just so vexed. I'm so vexed. Bro, that's stupidness twice. 2 games. Saliba is the loser.
I don't blame him for the first one, though. He didn't want the ball.
Bro,
why is he giving the ball in that area in the first one?
This
one? I don't care.
I blame him for both, bro. I blame him for both. I'm just vexing it. Like, I'm just gonna leave it there. Like, Saliba's the loser for me personally. Like, the winners of the week. I'm not gonna. I think Wolves have been awesome. I can't lie, and that's what I should have really done. If I voted for Wolves, like I chose Wolves in the thing, like my gut was telling me to do, I wouldn't be cussing right now. I would be calm. I'd be relaxed. I'd be nonchalant. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go for Wolves because I believe Wolves are gonna win when they play anyway. So yeah, my winners are Wolves, and my loser is Saliba, Arsenal.
Oh no!
When the fun stops, stop.
Nah, do you know what? Let's make it clear what kind of bet it was. It was a last man standing bet, so you got to bet on the team to win each week. Yeah, just a little cheeky tenner. Yeah, bro. This is the 10th week. This is the 10th week. I've chose 9 other winners. Like, it's down to 3 people. There was 13.50 on the line. Do you get what I'm saying? All Newcastle have to do is win, and this other member of the group's won 13.50. Boom! Newcastle beat Ipswich. The money gone.
I'm so glad that as a Muslim I can't gamble. I will never have to feel that pain.
Do you know what? Do you know what it is? Yeah, I've been here before. I feel like Arsenal, like so close. But do you know? I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, my missus won the last round still, so there has been a bit of success around here still.
But is that money for her though, isn't it? You ain't seeing it.
No, but what are you talking about? Half that money was mine, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I got half that money, bro. I got half the peas.
That's it. All right.
So what's the betting you'll spend it on her?
We're gonna get him in trouble with that.
Women are clever, you know. I'm telling you.
All right, so no disclaimers, no disclaimers for Renz. You know, we're trying to keep happy homes here. So, who's your winners and losers of the week?
I think I'm going to stick to what I said. I think the winners and the losers are the same teams. I think United and Tottenham going through to a semi-final, winners. And then flopping in the league and dropping more points and dropping further down the table, losers. I mean, they can both still finish 17th. So I think the same clubs are the winners and the losers this week.
Okay, cool. All right. My losers are Leicester. Leicester are terrible. And I remember at the start of the season, people was like, "No, they got Premier League experience, man. They're gonna do well. They're not gonna get relegated, man." And I'm like, "Nah, man, they're dead." And look at them, dead. They're such a poor showing. Like, how many times you lose at home? Like, you haven't
They
won
ain't
at
scored.
home.
They ain't scored in at
They've
home in
won and they've
time.
lost at home and not scored a goal at home for about 13 games.
That's mad.
What's the only game they won in that time?
Tottenham.
That wasn't a loaded
imagine that.
question, I promise.
Imagine
But
that
they're still
though.
losers and they got relegated. They got relegated. They
Can
got
you
relegated.
imagine being a
You know,
Leicester fan, yeah?
that's
Die hard Leicester fan, paying for a season ticket, going to 13 Premier League games at home in a row and not even scoring. You can't even celebrate.
They're lucky.
That is
They're lucky. They're lucky. They've
crazy.
got a big rugby background as well. You got to watch rugby
yeah.
instead.
Yeah, I think the again, this is why they're the losers for me. Like, one, they're losers because they're losers, and two, because they just didn't really show any fight. Like, it just wasn't enough. Like, their quality was just poor. They lost to Liverpool. I would say and an honourable mention for losing Arsenal, because what are you doing? Like, but I don't understand how you managed to drop those points. Not that it's so important to the title race, but it's just honour, right? And then my winners of the week, I would say, are Man City, because they've been out of the race for so long and they've just found a consistency. It's the first time they've won 3 games in a row all season. Since the start of the season. So, like, they're going to be in the top 4, top 5 potentially. Like, so they're my winners. Honourable mention are Liverpool. They've taken one step closer to winning the league. It was playing against my losers, so it's not really a big win, but it's an important win, so they're honourable mention. But I think that brings the show to an end. Fortunately, Trimzini wasn't on the call, or he would have been ringing his bell, pause, and he would have been saying it's time to finish and locking it off. But I'm going to be polite. I'm going to say, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here. And thank you, everyone, for listening, who was locked in. If you have any questions for us, if you want to do meet and greets because you want to meet the man, then right, that's cool. But anyway, thank you for listening, everyone. Don't trip on your way out. It was lovely having you. Goodbye.
Peace. Don't trip.
Don't trip. Take care.
That's what you do.
Hey boy, double bass, Nika.
Cool. All right. Still live though, so we need to make sure that is done.